All right, here's a video tutorial on how to run correlations in SPSS. This is the easiest thing you're going to have to do this entire semester. It is very simple and I love it. I love teaching it, I love running it. It is easy to run and interpret. So we have this data where we correlated scores on time spent petting cats in minutes. I don't think I mentioned that in class, but this is in minutes. And then subjective happiness ratings on a scale from 1 to 10. Again, made up data. So over here in our SPSS view, we're going to go to variable view. We're just going to name our variables first. So I'm going to name our X variable cat time. And our Y variable is going to be happiness. We've got these rows filled in. I'm going to get rid of these decimals because I like it better without decimals. So if we go back to data view down here, we've got cat time, our first column happiness, and our second column. So we just need to make sure we match up these scores. So our first participant scored 0 minutes petting a cat, and they are a 2 in happiness. Our second participant spent 15 minutes petting a cat. They are a 6 in happiness out of 10. Third participant, 10 minutes spent petting a cat, a 5 on happiness. Fourth participant, they have a 10 minutes and then 6 on happiness. Fifth participant, 19 minutes and 7 happiness. Final participant, participant 6, 25 minutes spent petting a cat, and they have a happiness of 9. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just kind of a table where your participants' scores are across from each other, like this. And then we head up to analyze. We go down to correlate. We go over to bivariate. And all you need to do, select both of them and send them right over to variables. I don't actually think we need to do anything. I like to get means and standard deviations. So when you're here, click on options, click on means and standard deviations. Hit continue. We're doing a Pearson correlation, and we will flag significant correlations. So then we hit OK. Over here, we're just looking at this bottom part under correlations. You literally just get 2 outputs. Okay, so here we see our means and standard deviations for each of our scores. We can see that the mean time spent petting a cat is 13.17 minutes. Standard deviation is 8.6. Mean happiness score is 5.8. Standard deviation is 2.3-ish. That's not really what we're looking for. Important thing is here, this is called a correlation matrix. And this is where all of our variables that we entered are correlated with each other. So in this first row, we see cat time is correlated with cat time in this first cell. Well, if you correlate a variable with itself, it's going to be a perfect correlation, so you can ignore this. Obviously, the significance is going to be perfect. So ignore that one. What we're going to look for is these two, and they should be the same because they're just presented in a different way. This cell is saying that we correlated cat time with happiness. This one is saying that we correlated happiness with cat time. It's the same thing. So, excuse me, what we get is a Pearson correlation coefficient of R equals 0.974. We can tell by the little asterisks that this is significant, and it says at the bottom, correlation is significant at the 0.01 level, two-tailed. Right underneath that, our significance is 0.001. This is our p-value. So p equals 0.001, or p is less than 0.05. And that's it. That's the whole thing. That's a correlation in SPSS. I'll put a video up later in the weekend on how to run regressions. But for correlations, that's all of it. So have fun. Let me know if you have any questions.